Good morning, YouTube. How the heck is everybody doing today? Nat Timmy 66 is here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Thought I would start out by showing you this gorgeous day today. Look at that. Another beautiful day in Texas. Well, first of all, I dropped the camera so that it's upside down and backwards because, guys, that's just what professionals like us do, right? It's a beautiful day out here. Let me frame this a little bit better for you guys. There we go. It's a beautiful day out here, so I thought that to complete my little chat, I might change the scenery a little bit, because obviously this scenery is not too great to look at, so it's always better to kind of direct your attention to the grill or to the trees, not this grill, right? So after my video yesterday, I want to go ahead and address some issues or just let you guys know what my kind of train of thought was as far as why I decided to go for MHA, which is the mail handler assistant, over, I guess I don't need these, over the CCA position. And you may wonder, well, maybe he's got some physical attributes, things going on that are not, conducive to the job, and there is some of that going on with me. As I mentioned, I am physically fit. You can't tell by looking at me, but to be honest with you, most of the time I've been a picture of health every time, knock on wood, I've been a picture of health every time I've gone to the doctor and had physicals done. And Lord knows, if you've followed this channel for any period of time, you know that I have been through my share of DOT physicals, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing to know where you're at, but it's also a good thing to know where you're at and what your limitations are. And I will just say that constantly getting in and out of the vehicle, was really beginning to wear on me. I don't know what it is about that, but that's one thing that I'll say has created not a health issue, but just not allowed me to bring my A game to doing delivery work. So knowing this, knowing I'm slowing down a little bit, is a part of life, right? It's a part of getting older. It's a part of snobby coffee. It's a part of just kind of recognizing what your limitations are and being honest with yourself, and also staying positive about those things, knowing that, I had my kid ask me the other day, he's like, Dad, if you could go back to being 16, would you do it again? I'm like, no, give me 10 years back, maybe even 20 years back to change a few things that I've done, but, in my past that I'm not too proud of and things like that. But for the most part, no. I like the age that I'm at. I enjoy my life. I'm able to appreciate a lot more things, and I'm also able to be a lot more honest with myself, and that allows me to stay positive, right? So back to what you guys came here for, which is a comparison. My research, a comparison anyway, as to what the heck is the difference between an MHA and a CCA, mail handler assistant to a city carrier assistant. I can speak about the CCA position because I've done it, and I can tell you the research I've done on MHA, and definitely be taking you guys along for the ride with the MHA, because I'm excited about it, guys. I really am. So a CCA is obviously a city carrier, and your day is pretty much going to be normal hours, right? Where you're going to be working probably, depending on what time they have you come in. Each office can vary a little bit and be a little bit different, but you're going to be running from 8:30 in the morning until you're done. You're going to come in the morning. You're going to what's called case your mail, which is kind of doing a final sort of the mail, making sure that everything's set up for your route or the route that you're going to be working on that day. You're going to get that done, and then you're going to grab your packages that are going to go along with you to the route. You're going to load everything in the truck. You're going to do a test on your truck to make sure everything's working properly. You're going to hit the road and do your route. And you're going to be out in nature. You're not going to have a boss really, staring over your shoulder watching every single thing you do. Sorry, I just heard something weird move in my backyard here. Kind of freaked me out. And you're going to finish your shift and finish your route, and you're going to go deliver to houses, sometimes businesses, sometimes apartment complexes, and you're going to get your route done, and you're going to come back, and then they're going to say, oh, well, you need to go help so-and-so, and that's how you get all the hours in, right? You help out the regulars and the people that have had a problem with their route and things like that until your day ends. A lot of times you're going to be working 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 hours doing that, and it's going to be a pretty physical job. It's going to be demanding, and you're going to be in contact with the public. Okay, you would not believe when you pull up to an apartment complex in your mail truck, and you park that truck, and you get out with your bags and your packages and all that, and you go up to that big cluster box of mail. They're going to be standing there waiting for their mail, seeing it happen. So you're going to be talking to people, and you're going to get to know people, right? You're going to get to know the people on your route. People are going to, Christmas time, give you little cookies and little cakes and things like that, and it's a good thing, right? And that's the CCA position. Now, the mail handler position is a totally different animal. Yes, you're still working for the post office. Yes, you're still making a good wage, and yes, you're still working long hours, but you're going to go to a plant. Okay, you're going to clock in every day, and you're going to get your job assignment for that day, whether it's sorting the mail that's coming out of the truck, packaging. You're not going to be actually packaging people's mail, but taking the packages, making sure they go in the proper areas to be shipped out to the post office, and you're going to be doing a lot of repetitive work. You're going to be looking at zip codes and making sure that this box goes to this zip code because this is the address. You're going to be sorting it into big bins and rolling these bins to gathering sites and locations. And I'm sorry, I've got an airplane going overhead again. So it's two totally different animals. And I'm sorry, I think the airplane has gone over. I hope you guys can hear me okay, and I apologize for the background noise. What are you going to do? You're outside, right? So you're going to be in a controlled environment. You're going to be in a plant. You're going to have a supervisor within closer proximity to you than you would, being a carrier. Even though I guarantee you carry a scanner with you when you're a carrier, and they know where you're at within a couple of feet of where you're at. They know where you parked. They know how long you've been parked. They know where you're going, and they know how your route's going. So they still watch you. And yes, they do come out and follow you to make sure you're doing your job properly. They observe you. So that does happen. So don't think there's no supervision, because it's the post office, right? They observe everything. But I digress. As a mail handler, you're going to be more of a plant shift work situation. There are 3 different shifts. You've got and they call them tours. Everything is military, which suits me because I'm former military. Matter of fact, as I mentioned before, when you go to your orientation, you will take an oath of office. It's kind of cool. At least to me it is. But everything's military. So you have what they call tours. You'll have a morning, you'll have a mid, and you'll have an overnight. Now, you will work, again, 8, 10, 12 hours, especially coming up into Christmas. I'm getting started right at the time of what they call peak season, where everybody, and who knows with all the empty shelves and all the distribution problems that we're having and everything, how this Christmas is going to go. But I know the demand is going to be high, and people got used to ordering stuff online, man, especially during this health crisis we've had. So the demand for packages and stuff like that being delivered to your home is up, and you guys know this, I'm sure. If you're like me, a lot of times it's just a lot easier to order it online and wait for it to come to your doorstep than go out and get it, right? So as peak season comes up, there will be a lot of 12-hour shifts. And what shift you work, I think, is greatly dependent upon their need. So you've got to be open to that, and you got to be ready for that. Also, you get 2 15-minute breaks and then a half-hour lunch. And you might say, well, it's kind of mindless work. but it's important work because you're sorting that mail. You're trying to make as few errors as possible to get it out to the folks, right? So it's an indoor, it's more controlled. You're not out in the weather, you're not out in the cold wind and the ice and the rain and the snow and the heat. You're more in a controlled environment. Yes, you still have to drink plenty of water because it's a physical activity. And yeah, you're in a plant, so your environment is going to be more controlled, but you're still going to get hot, you still may get cold, whatever. So those are the big differences between the two. And this is geared towards folks that might be looking at, I want to get a job with the post office, I'm just not sure what job I want to get. Now in my situation, I took the first job that came available so I could get my foot in the door, and then I moved, which I'm in the process of doing now, over to a position that I'd much rather do. It's just for me, what works for me at my age and what my interests are and things like that. The mail handler position just works out better for me. It may not work out better for you at all. You may come from a factory job or a warehouse job where you just don't want to do that kind of work anymore and you want to get out, man, and I totally get it. Either one is cool. Either one's a good job. I just want to try to give you guys a difference between the two. Guys, that's a general summary, a kind of overview basically of what the mail handler position and the CCA positions are, what the differences are. There's still really good pay on both. You still get a lot of overtime on both. You still work your butt off on both. The post office gets their money's worth out of you, believe me, but the benefits are excellent. You start out as an assistant, which is a non-career position, and then you convert to a career position if you so desire to do so. And once you become career, you get better benefits. You still get benefits as an assistant or a non-career employee, but the benefits improve greatly once you actually become a regular is what they call it, employee. So instead of being a mail handler assistant, you become a mail handler. You get your 2 days off a week. Instead of just working 6 days a week, you only have to work 5 days a week. You work a shift that is pretty much becomes yours. And I think you can bid for different shifts and different positions. And that's the beautiful thing about the post office, guys. There's always different jobs opening up. There's always different ways. So get your foot in the door. Just make sure that you're getting your foot in the door to the position that you can hang with for a while. You have a 90-day probationary period. During that 90-day probationary period, they can let you go for pretty much anything. So limit the amount of times if you have to call out. Try to make sure that things are taken care of at home as far as your family goes. Make sure that you get your child care lined up and all those things, because you will be you'll be spending a lot of time at the post office, okay? Just know that that's a fact if you're going to take on this role. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. This is a long enough video. I think I've chattered long enough. I'm going to get out there. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day. I'm going to get out there, ride the bike, have a little bit of fun. A little housekeeping note. We are up to 169 subscribers. Last week I was at like 147, so the channel is definitely growing, and I thank you guys so much for that. And I thank you guys for commenting. Please like the video if you liked it. Thumbs down if you hated it. Either way, just interact with the video. It shows YouTube that my content is getting watched, and therefore they share it out there to other folks that might be interested. I want to thank everybody very much for watching Not Timmy 66 today. No matter what you guys do in life, no matter what you do, stay positive about everything. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in this world right now that has people concerned, but don't let it bother you. Stay positive. And no matter what you do in life, guys, just make it count. I'm out. Have a great day.